before waivers hits, here's a few guys you might have to drop at the running back position to get the guys you want on your fantasy team. The first guy is Adrian Peterson of the Detroit Lions. Peterson, he got the start yesterday and nothing was going right for the Lions. He probably will get the start again here on Thursday on Thanksgiving for the Lions. But I don't know if he's going to do anything anyway. And Swift, we don't know his status with the concussion. But anyway, Adrian Peterson, he's just a name at this point. He's not putting up productive games. His best game of the season is 14 points, and that was in Week 1. But in a plus matchup versus a weak Carolina defense that gives up the 4th most fantasy points to running backs, Peterson only had 7 carries for 18 yards. The game script didn't go Peterson's way because Peterson, we know he's not a third down back or running back who's going to catch the ball much out of the backfield. So Peterson, he's got a matchup with Houston. Like I said, he might start this week, but he's a guy I'm staying away from. This game could have a shootout written all over it. Houston, they go up and down the field. They score a lot. And Peterson, just a guy I'm going to get away from this week. He's owned in 54% of leagues, but that number should go down. The next guy is Mark Ingram of the Baltimore Ravens. And Ingram, he had a bad game yesterday and a worse week now. He just got put on the COVID list, and he only had 2 carries for 2 yards. Mark Ingram, the same as Adrian Peterson. I think the time is up for him. He don't catch the ball out of the backfield, and he's a guy just on name recognition now. He was pretty good last season, but this year, this whole Baltimore Raven offense has took a step back in my opinion. So Ingram, he's on the COVID list. Him and J.K. Dobbins actually went on it. So Gus Edwards, if he's still out there in your leagues, go get him. He's actually available in 72% of leagues. But Ingram, he's not the starter. Dobbins, he's the man there once he comes back off the list. And we saw it clean and clear yesterday in that ball game versus Tennessee. So I've dropped in Ingram. The next guy is Jamal Williams. I know it's a surprise, but Williams here, he's only getting sporadic work. Is Williams. Yesterday versus the Colts, he only had 6 touches. He had 1 catch for 4 yards and 5 rushes, that is, for 12 yards. Aaron Jones is the man there, obviously. He's looking healthier now. He's getting the rushes, he's getting the carries, and obviously he's a 3-down back. Williams, he comes in for a drive or 2, or if Jones needs a quick breather. So Jamal Williams, he had a decent run this year earlier in the year when Jones was out with a calf injury. But now it's time to drop Williams. He's not getting the volume or the work, really, and his ceiling is 7 or 8 points. He's owned still in 60% of leagues. That number should go down as the week goes on. And the 4th and final guy is Rex Burkhead of the New England Patriots. We saw him take a bad hit and a bad injury, it looked like, for him. And Burkhead, he finished the game with 4 rushes, 7 yards, and 2 catches for 5 yards. Burkhead, he was doing great until this injury. Now he got carted off within the injury. He's owned in a bunch of leagues, 44% of leagues he's owned, and he's a guy I'm not even going to stash on my IR. The Patriots, they got a lot of options there. They obviously got Damian Harris as the full down running back, and the passing downs, James White. James White was a guy said to go out there and pick up this week, because now he's going to get all that work that him and Burkhead shared, and Sony Michel's on the outside looking in. He might get a few carries, but obviously he's not the passing downs back. So Rex Burkhead, it was a brutal injury. Hopefully he's okay. We're still awaiting word to see what the injury is. But I will drop him. He's a guy, he's going to be out multiple weeks, and I'm not going to stash him on the bench or IR and wait for him. So that's a few running backs I'm going to drop heading into Week 12.